What is going on, world? I am the Hungarian experiment. And as you may be able to guess from the title of this video, today we are going to discuss something just a little touchy. I believe many men out there in the world, as well as myself, are interested in knowing and understanding how masturbation or fapping affects the human body. How greatly does it affect our hormones and in relation our testosterone output? Growing up, I always remember having discussions among my friends about not having sex or fapping before the big game, or the possibilities of withholding for an extended period of time to increase your muscle growth gains while you're in the gym. An interesting experiment currently going around on YouTube and across the world are these Nofap experiments many men are participating in. Basically, the premise is to withhold from masturbation for months at a time in an attempt to elevate the mind from its bodily urges and desires and to conquer this animalistic instinct within us all through willpower. I actually heard of this experiment many years back when I first joined the Rogan board, or Joe Rogan's message board, and participated in Nofap February. February being chosen due to the reduced amount of days in that month. But recently, Charlie himself discussed his experience with Nofap experiments, and through my research, I stumbled upon this video.
At 8 months, you are now free without thinking. 8 months, you feel as if you were a kid. You know, throughout the recovery process, you'll have small moments where you will feel as if you were a kid again. And by kid, I mean, you feel that innocence, you feel that the beauty and just the strength of every single moment that you are living in. All right, how badly do you want to get over this addiction? I can tell you guys that at 8 months, you will see that there are 2 different states. There's a state of drifting and there's a state of flowing, all right?
So now I'm gonna stop talking like I have a very deep voice, because it is just a way to kind of lead you guys into the video, just like that guy is doing. It is a power move. It is a way to feel and seem superior to the younger generation, thereby claiming to have a deeper voice. I can stand here. I can stand here and talk very, very slowly to you. But this video would then be 10 minutes long. These damn crows won't leave me alone. Now, I think this is an awesome experiment to do, but at the same time, I also have my reservations. As you know, if you follow along my YouTube channel, I'll never tell you what to do. So this video is more or less just my opinion. Until I can get rigorous hormone testing done on my body while attempting to keep my factors in life as consistent as possible, then I won't know exactly or be able to show you quantifiable results. All I can really do is describe the results I feel on my body, which coincide with all the other factors in my life. And this is why I have my reservations. Why? Because life is situational. One factor in someone's life can have a completely different output or result, and in my opinion, the man in this video that I previously displayed isn't being completely open and honest about his sexual habits. For 7 to 8 minutes, he discusses the amazing benefits of withholding from orgasm, while preventing yourself from orgasming and the type of mental elevation it has. Yet, after I went through comment after comment to find out his actual sexual habits, this is what I found. So basically, through the first 4 months of his Nofap experiments, he was having sex. So someone seeing this video at the age of 16, 17, or 18 years old, they're gonna see this video, and if they don't go down and do the research for themselves and actually find out how often this guy had sex throughout the beginning of his experiments, they will think that they were gonna experience the exact same things. So now I wanna discuss my own experimentation. From my own experiments with Nofap at the age of 18 with having no girlfriend to have sex with on a regular basis, I was very restless. My mind was not at ease. It was not an easy experiment for me, especially during class or periods of mild to no activity where I couldn't keep my brain distracted. My instincts were constantly triggered when I was out in public, yet I found for myself that this wasn't as much of a problem if I just went and now, at the age of 26, with a steady girlfriend, I believe I could easily complete several months of this, following the same type of program as he did, just basically no porn, no masturbation for the first 4 months, but I can have sex as much as I want. So this kind of experiment would be quite easy to me because I know that my animalistic instinct, that sexual drive will be conquered within the next week or so. It's almost like being hungry. If you know you're gonna have food in the next few hours, it's bearable. But if you have no idea when the next time you will get food, it could be excruciating. Combine that with being a hormonally charged teenager, this might not be an experiment that some younger people can do. So I decided to leave this comment on the video. Basically, what I'm trying to say here is that life is situational. Yes, this is an awesome experiment to push your body through and to see the effects that occur. To try to raise yourself above your instincts due to willpower alone. I mean, I do this on a daily basis by fasting for 17 to 20 hours every single day. Now that we discussed that, let's move on to my own personal experiences in life and my opinions on the hormonal aspects of Nofap. So right now I'm just gonna let you guys know that this is gonna be too much information. TMI, as some people like to say. You know, you guys might not want to hear about this, but I'm gonna get very personal. I'm going to discuss some things that I personally feel and kind of my sexual habits. So one thing that I found, especially, you know, being very consistent and regular since the beautiful one and I got together within the last year and a half here, is that if I masturbate within 12 hours of us having sex, I can last a whole lot longer. It is an amazing experience and an amazing journey because I can pleasure her in ways that I wouldn't be able to if I didn't masturbate, let's say for 3 or 4 days prior to that. From my own experiences, I find I last a lot longer, and in my opinion, for the hormonal benefits, the longer you are engaged in sex, just like the longer you are working out, unless you're overstressing your body, it's only gonna do the body good. So having longer sex, having an extra 20 minutes of sex is gonna boost up your base hormonal output even more than it would be. I believe we all have these animalistic instincts. The instinct to sleep, like we need to sleep. Our human bodies need to sleep. They need to get fuel, they need food, they need water, they need shelter, and they need competition, and they need sex. If you conquer these animalistic instincts, you can rise yourself above your mentality. But if you are constantly concerned about food, if you're constantly concerned about your sleep or your shelter, you can't rise up. You can't step up on Maslow's hierarchy of needs. You can't move up to self-realization if you're constantly dominated by sex. If you're constantly dominated and distracted every time you see a woman, or you're so distracted by an attractive woman that all your mentality gets driven to that. You're at the gym and you just can't help but look at that woman's ass. You are dominated by your body. You are dominated by your mind. Now, like I said there, I believe this is an awesome experiment because as you see there, this guy is claiming that after 8 months of no masturbation and obviously 4 months of no sex, following that first 4 months, that you can elevate your mind. You can become higher mentally. You can get yourself undistracted by things. And as this guy says, if you hold yourself back from relapsing, you will experience life differently. And trust me, I believe that because I do that on a daily basis with food, with sleep, with a lot of factors in life. But just as I said there, I believe these are all animalistic instincts that we need to conquer. How you conquer those in your own life is going to depend on your unique situation and why I believe life is situational. For someone like him, as you go look through his YouTube comments, which I had to do about a half an hour research just to find out some of this information about him, he's had sex with less than 5 women. Along with that, along with trying to abstain until marriage to have sex, this is his life situation. He's following his journey and the things that are telling him what is right for him. And that is progressing him along his path. And as many of his YouTube comments and his followers have described there, that he has changed a lot in the last year. That could be from all the experiments. That could be from withholding from sex for 8 months, that he has a deeper feeling and a deeper thinking for himself. But this is, you are able to conquer your animalistic instincts in many different ways. And personally, from my own experience, the only thing that I want to leave you guys with here today is that do what feels right. If you are 16 to 18 years old and you've gone through a month to 2 months of Nofap and you're constantly getting distracted, you're constantly focused on something else while you're out there in the world trying to excel and trying to build up your skills and trying to build up your knowledge, then that is not helping you. And that is my only thing, is that from the very start of his video, he goes, I want to be completely transparent with this video.
So before we begin this video, I want to be as transparent as I can with you guys.
Yet, he doesn't discuss his sexual habits. So how is he being completely transparent if he's not mentioning that I haven't touched my penis in 8 months, but for the first 4 months, I fucked like a rabbit. I believe that we need to learn how to manipulate life to give us the results we want by adding as much skill and as much knowledge to our arsenal of tools as possible. The more skill and the more knowledge you have, then you can, depending on how situations change in your life, you can manipulate it to get the most optimal results. With food, with sleep, with sex, with shelter, with everything that it means to be a human being. If you conquer these animalistic instincts, then you can raise yourself up from these drives that we all experience every day. If you compare us to bonobos, they have sex very, very frequently. Sex is a natural part of their every single day. I believe that this sexual drive we all have is something that we need to conquer in our day. We need to get that out of our mind and then go out there in the world. So all I want to leave you with here, guys, is that life is situational. Experiment with life. Try something new every single day. Experiment and find out what skills and what knowledge you need to build to help you conquer your animalistic instincts and to help raise you up from this thing right here. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I am the Hungarian Experiment.